Welcome. We're going to give you a short little presentation about who Adaptive Computing is, and then we'll do the raffle for the Tetris lamp, and we'll get you some free T-shirts too. So, great. Anybody recognize this? Great. This is our obnoxious Tetris music. Actually, the Tetris music was based on a Russian folk tune, believe it or not. So, which I just gave away the first answer to my question, which is where was it invented? That's very good. All right. Here you go. Take a USB charger. All right. Great. Anyone know the game Tetris came from the word tetra? Does anyone know what tetra means? Close. It means 4. Marty got it right. There we go. You know, Marty, I'm glad you caught that. You did play football, so. Great. All right, excellent. So yeah, we at Adaptive Computing, we like to draw an analogy between workload management, HPC job scheduling, and Tetris. While your workload is not always going to be one of the 7 shapes in Tetris, you are scheduling things into a finite space, right? And so we're going to kind of show you how Moab is really good at Tetris because it cheats at Tetris. It can change the workload. It can change the shape of workload, where it places it. So stick around. In just a little bit, we're going to raffle off this Tetris lamp. Your odds are looking really good right now. So I think we've only got a handful of tickets out there. Great. So I'm going to brag about Adaptive Computing a little bit. According to IDC, and Intersect 360 Research, we are the largest provider of workload management software in HPC. We are the stewards of Maui. In fact, the man who wrote Maui is wandering around here somewhere. And he also invented Moab as well. Moab has been around for about 12 years. It was very battle tested. We run on some of the largest HPC systems in the world, including the #2 system, which is Titan at Oak Ridge, and the presumed #1 system, if they submit it to the top 500, which is Blue Waters NCSA. So we run on some rather large systems. We run on a lot of small systems as well. So we work with some real innovative HPC organizations, you know, ExxonMobil, Honeywell, Digital Globe, Oak Ridge, the Tri-Labs, Department of Energy, Department of Defense. So we have a lot of great customers, and very fortunate that way. Great, so I'm going to show you what Moab's all about. And I told you Moab is an HPC scheduler, but it also really optimizes workload. It can do advanced scheduling, it can do backfill, and it always keeps priority in mind. So I'm actually going to show you, I'll turn your attention to the AllSpark Cube, and I'm actually going to show you what Moab does. Now this is a live Moab system that's going to be running. Right there. So this is a live Moab system. It's scheduling to a simulated cluster. We didn't quite have space enough for the 512 nodes that this represents. Each one of these lights is a processing core, and Moab is scheduling these jobs per node, 512 of them. Moab really tries to keep this cluster utilized. We try and maintain about 95 to 99% utilization, and this specific instance of Moab is doing that. It's maintaining about 95% utilization. It's always trying to backfill and keep this thing full, and that's really what Moab's all about. So again, like I mentioned, the Moab Intelligence Engine been around for 12 years. Moab came from Maui. Any of you Maui users by chance, or have ever used Maui? Couple, great. How about Moab? Any of you Moab users? Got one in the back? Excellent. We're going to chuck something at Tim just because he's awesome. There we go. Yeah. So again, I lost my slide. Excellent. So Moab really keeps prioritization in mind. We have something in Moab called Fair Share, where you're able to maintain service level agreements you have with different departments of your organization or your company as a whole. And also Moab keeps in mind the workload or the specific application requirements for running the workload. So I'm going to walk you through. Here we go. I'm going to walk you through some of our demos real quick. There we go. First is our adaptive workload optimization pack. Are any of you HP customers by chance? HP customers, we got one there. So HP has a software called Cluster Management Utility. Cluster Management Utility is a great cluster manager. It allows for a lot of real-time stats, and Moab integrates with Cluster Management Utility. So great demo to check out if you're an HP customer or considering becoming an HP hardware customer. This is a really fun one. This is our topology-based scheduling. This is very, very new and very cutting edge. We partnered with Cray. How many of you are Cray users, for chance? Any of you have a Cray? No Crays here? No, not a problem. A couple of our biggest systems we partner with are Cray users. We partnered with Cray, Oak Ridge National Lab, and NCSA, their Blue Water system, to develop topology-based scheduling. And I'm actually going to, as I talk to you about it, I'm going to show you what topology-based scheduling is. And if you'll divert your attention to the cube again, it's actually going to refresh to a different system. Now this is a system scheduling on topology. And what topology means is there's a network topology to every system. Cray uses one called the 3D Torus. And when Moab is scheduling jobs to this system, it keeps that network topology in mind. Meaning, I'm going to schedule jobs as close to the other jobs as possible. Now, a lot of times in this system, it's really interesting because of the 3D Torus network, you see a lot of jobs run the length of the cluster. And the reason is, in the 3D Torus, this node in the front is tied to the node in the back. And so you get a really low latency, and we've seen application performance increase by up to 200%. Which is a huge increase. So we're actually seeing a lot more output from this system, even though you don't see that 95 to 99% utilization. You do get a lot of benefit on the application side from scheduling with proximity in mind from that network topology. So that's our topology. The topology demo is on the other side of this tower here, and it's a great one to check out. The demo there is also very visual, and it runs through scheduling what we call cuboids, or scheduling things really close together in rectangular or cube shapes. So great, Moab Task Manager. This is something we just announced yesterday. We've run into a lot of customers who do high throughput, who do a lot of small jobs. Any of you guys do high throughput jobs, meaning you do a lot of small jobs feeding to the system? Yeah, and you'll run into this more and more. For instance, on our demo over here, we have a Monte Carlo simulation. We have a 100,000 job simulation, actually just over 100,000 jobs. And what Moab Task Manager does is, in a lot of cases, a job scheduler gets in the way of high throughput computing. The reason is, it wants to make the optimal decision on every piece of workload. In a lot of cases, especially in the case where you have a lot of parallel workload, it can make the decision once and then send it off, instead of having to make it 100,000 times. So in this case, Moab makes the decision once, sends it to Moab Task Manager. 100,000 jobs takes 1.5 minutes to run in a simple Monte Carlo simulation. We actually had one of our engineers bump it up to 1 million jobs. He did it in about 16 minutes. So it's really high throughput. It's really quick. So that's a great demo to check out there. Now, to my favorite part of the presentation, my favorite analogy to use. How many of you guys use some sort of accounting system around your HPC? Meaning, you have some sort of system where you charge your users or give them a monthly budget or a monthly allotment. I have a couple that use it. Excellent, yeah. And I like to equate it to the cookie analogy. What happens when you give your HPC users unfiltered access to the HPC system? Or in this case, you give a kid unfiltered access to the cookie jar. What happens? This happens. Cookies, right? They want to eat cookies. They want to eat a lot of cookies, right? And you'll have some departments, it's not uncommon for some of our customers, who have some departments where they have one group that uses way more than the other groups, right? So Moab Accounting Manager is our answer to that. Over here to the right side, we have a demo of the Accounting Manager to show you the benefits really of setting up an accounting system for your users. So basically you're giving them a budget, you're charging them for a budget, and then you can see what they're spending or what they're using. And it can really help maximize an HPC system. This is especially crucial for any of you who have outside users of your HPC system that may not be in your organization. So that's my pitch for Moab Accounting Manager. Great. So again, Moab's all about maximum utilization. Any questions?